Hey, it's Reckless and welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. As we all know, Destiny 2 is coming out September 8th, 2017 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, as well as the PC. Early access to the beta that's coming in the summer will be available if you pre-order Destiny 2 or if you got a pre-order code elsewhere. Everything as far as specific editions like the standard, limited, and collector's editions for Destiny 2 are being released on each platform. I wanted to talk about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, the light and the darkness of playing Destiny 2 on the PS4 versus the PC. Now, if you want to know the pros and the cons and don't care for watching the video, then I will put them in the description below. So, starting with the pros. The PlayStation 4 is arguably one of the most infamous consoles of our time. So, the first pro for the PlayStation 4 is early access to exclusive content. Just like the original Destiny that most of us are either still playing or just arriving at, and yes, I'm talking about Kindergartens because we still are getting them. We being on the PlayStation Network, we're given early access to expansions as well as exclusive content for the PlayStation, and the same will go for Destiny 2. The second pro for the PlayStation 4 is actually the controller. Yes, the controller is a pro. The PlayStation 4 controller is not too big, not too little, just a decent size, which makes the versatility of it easy to use. On top of that, you have companies like Cinch, Scuff, Battle Beaver, and many more that all help remap buttons for competitive use. If you want to know more about those companies, I will put a link to 2 videos that I did about custom controllers in the description. Another pro for the PS4 is portability. The PS4 isn't at all heavy by any means. I'm sure my 4-year-old son could lift it even though I probably wouldn't allow him to touch it for fear of him breaking it. But the point is that the PS4 is not a heavy console and you can move it from room to room if your family takes over the area you are playing Destiny 2 in, bring it to a friend's house, or even a hotel if you're on a road trip. Ironically, the fourth pro is specifically for the PS4 Pro, which is the ability to play in 4K. Now, we all know that the PlayStation 4 Pro can play a selected few games at 4K given that your TV or monitor supports the resolution. Unfortunately, it's an upscaled 4K and not a native 4K, but it's still 4K. Now, whether Destiny 2 will be able to be played in 4K is totally up to Bungie, but I would hope and pray that they would take advantage of all of the internals of the PlayStation 4 as much as possible. Now, pro number 5 is that the PS4 is less expensive than a PC. Even if you built your own console killer PC for the same price as a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, a PC would still have to spend extra money on peripherals, like a keyboard and mouse. And if they use a controller, well then they would have to spend money on that as well. Fortunately, the PlayStation 4 comes with the controller when you buy it. So, number 6 would probably be your friends. As of right now, since the original Destiny is not on PC, most of my friends are on the PlayStation Network, and very few, if any, would make the switch to PC. And the last pro is something for Year 1 players. Now, Bungie has confirmed that they will be giving something to all Year 1 players in order for them to be recognized as veterans to separate them from everyone else. On that same note, let's actually talk about the first pro for the PC. Now, Bungie has also confirmed that they have something specific to the PC community that consoles will not get. Unfortunately, Bungie has not said what that something is as of yet. Hopefully, they will let us know during their Destiny 2 gameplay live stream in 3 days on May 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Pro number 2 for the PC is full access to keyboard and mouse. Now, I understand you can actually use keyboard and mouse on the PlayStation 4. However, if Destiny 2 is more MMO-like, the ability to use hotkeys, which are shortcuts, will be a lot easier than using a controller. The custom controller companies I mentioned earlier add buttons or paddles in order to remap buttons already on the controller. They don't give you extra buttons. One of the most important factors for PC gamers is pro number 3, which is more powerful CPU and GPUs. Everyone who knows about PCs as well as consoles knows that PCs made within the last 5 years are undoubtedly faster than consoles, and that is due to the power that a CPU and GPU can provide. A more powerful CPU equals better performance, and a more powerful GPU equals better graphics as well as frame rates per second, or FPS. Speaking about frames per second, this leads us to Pro number 4 for the PC, which is the ability to play at 4K natively at or above 60 frames per second. Even now, it's very hard for consoles to output that 4K resolution at 60 FPS. A PC can do that easily, and with all of the highest game settings already on. So, Pro number 5 for the PCs is that the PCs have DirectX 11 and 12. DirectX 11 and 12 are Microsoft technologies that enables an addition of advanced effects and features in NVIDIA enhanced titles. In short, you can see shadows closer and hair, like facial hair, easier. Pro number 6 for PC gamers is that they do not have to pay a monthly subscription for multiplayer. Now, every console that Destiny 2 is being released forces them to pay a monthly subscription in order to play online multiplayer. PC doesn't do that. They only pay for expansions and microtransactions just like consoles if they want to. Number 7 is the last pro for PCs, and that is the ability to use a multi-screen setup. Now, this is one of the most important things to a lot of PC gamers. The ability to be able to play on multiple screens with thin bezels is great. You can turn a 4K setup to an 8K experience with a quad 4K monitor setup. Now, everything that I said is a pro is actually a con for the opposite platform, and I will go over them fast. So, starting off with the cons for the PlayStation 4, the internal components of a PS4 aren't as fast as a PC. So performance as well as graphics won't be as good. 2. Hotkeys. So far there has been no controller made for you to adjust for hotkeys. One could argue that a remappable controller has hotkeys, but it's actually really not the same. 3. No DirectX or 12 support. Because the PlayStation 4 does not have support for DirectX 11 or 12, then the PlayStation 4 is limited to the GPU for graphics. And I could tell you that there is definitely no NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti in a PS4. Number 4, paid subscription for multiplayer. You have to pay for PSN in order to play online. Simple. Number 5, cheating, lag switching, and DDoS attacks. No matter what online game you play, there will always be someone out there who will cheat, and I feel that Bungie needs to put higher restrictions on those people. Personally, I feel that if you cheat, you should automatically get banned for 1 month, and if you cheat a second time, then your account gets deleted, and your email gets blacklisted and blocked. But that's what I would do. Now, the PC only has 3 cons, but they are big cons. So, number 1, PCs are more expensive than consoles. Like I said earlier, a console is cheaper than building your own gaming PC because you are still spending extra money on peripherals. Number 2, PCs are not that portable. Now, yes, there is things like LAN parties out there, but if you build a gaming PC inside a Corsair 900D like I have, then you're not going to be hauling that Betty around to LAN parties. Yes, there are smaller cases out there, but even a smaller ATX case is still heavier than a console. And last but not least, number 3, cheaters and modders. So yes, the console community has to deal with this as well. However, in the PC community, it's proven that it's more of an issue due to there being more people that play PC games than there are that play consoles combined. So in the end, it really is up to you which platform you would rather play Destiny 2 on. Unfortunately, there will always be risks and other things to think about. I most likely won't make up my mind on which platform I want to play on until Bungie does their Destiny 2 gameplay reveal in 3 days and tells us what they have in store for the PC version as well as the Year 1 players on the PS4. Hopefully they do that on that day, since the reveal is actually scheduled for 2 hours from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. I hope everyone had a happy Mother's Day yesterday. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, share it if you felt it was helpful, subscribe and turn on your notifications in order to keep up to date with all of my videos. Thank you guys for all of your support. Feedback in the comments definitely helps the channel to grow. I'm Reckless, and remember, own your success, and I will see you guys next time.